learn English pronunciation with the non-native speaker. I am non-native speaker. This my playlist, usually till now, there is two parts. One part is this, what I am speaking now. That part is my explanation that I'm not a native speaker and that you cannot learn pronounce English pronunciation from me, but you can learn with me. You can learn from my mistakes, because language is something on the level of pronunciation. It is about earth, our earth, and our head and our mood. Not it is not question about not writing and grammar, because writing and grammar coming a lot of behind pronunciation. People first in his history pronounce and speak, but a lot of time was flow when they began write. Maybe they writing maybe 10,000 or 5,000 years ago. And because of that, when we speak about pronunciation, we think on our earth and our mood. With mood we speak, pronounce, but other side, it is a source of pronunciation, but other side must have ears, and for hearing what we say. And because of that, it is not enough to hear only native speaker, because word, there is no only native speaker and the non-native speaker who learn from native speaker and want to be native speaker. No, word, there is a lot of spectrum from native to non-native, and all possibility between two limits. And because of that, it is very interesting that your ear listen non-native speaker like me. I want to speak like native speaker. I want, and I learn every day. Every day listening. I'm every day have been listening native speaker, for example, AJ Hodge, but also I every day listening and non-native, because I listen to TED and I listening CNN. On CNN, not on people native. CNN, there is guests who speak who are non-native, etc. There is a lot of people non-native. There is, for example, on the internet today, there is 3.5 billion people. 3.5 billion people today on the internet. It is half of all population. It is something impressive. 50% of people have access to internet today. How many of them is native speaker? In all the world, there is a 350,000 native speaker. 350,000. It was 10 times more we have non-native than native. And if we speak about globalization, and if we speak about, if we say that English is important for global community, business, cultural, education, etc., it means that every of us need to understand native and non-native. Next, this channel is interesting for you that you see how somebody who have this moment 70 years old, who start not 70, it's 69, not full 70. I am in 70, in 7 decade, but I have 65, and I start pronounce 4 years ago. In October will be 4 years ago, and I every day have been listening 2 hours, walking and listening, AJ Hodge and other. And when I sit down in front of my computer, I continue to listening CNN, TED, etc. On TV, I listen CNN, practice CNN, and it is about 3, 4, 5 hours a day. It means that I have about 4,000 hours of listening. Continue in every day, 7 days a week. And you can see how that man speak. I'm that 40% in 1 hour, 40% in other 30%. It is that in part of high frequency. For the highest frequency, I need 100%. But for low frequency, I need only 10 decibel. And in that condition, I choose AJ Hodge because I understand his voice bandwidth, frequently bandwidth. I understand excellent, and I analyze. I think I reading about what is man's speaking. Okay, it is frequency, but there is a diction. What is diction? What is diction? What is rhythm? Pause between words, rhythm, accent, and music. Vladimir Skenderov excellent speak about excellent so importance of music, and in his grammar he spoke when you are not sure what words, what connection, what adverbs before, adverbs behind word, noun, adjective, before, the end language, where is it? You try, you listen music. He listened music. He spoke some sentence, and with ear, with music of that sentence, he know does it correct grammatically. And I practice this method also today. Excellent method. If you don't know, if you edit some of your text, you write and you edit and edit and edit, you pronounce that sound sentence. Pronounce and listen your voice, your music of that sentence. It is with English language something unbelievable. I don't know does it with other language, but that English language, there is a lot of voices, but only 26 letters, but 57 voices, maybe more. And in Croatia, we have how many voices? That letters. Every voice there is letters, and in every word we must clear pronounce every letters. It means every voice, and it is every language is there is a music, but that English language, maybe because of that more voices than letters, it is more musical. Okay, I read about that, and second, and Vladimir Skenderov said something very important. It is about our pronunciation, our speech like native. He said, excellent, that we see, we can record in this channel of me. There is a lot of recording of me, like where I spoke in Croatian, my mother language, Croatian language. And if you look at that, and if I look at that, it is the same like English. I spoke in Croatia like I spoke in English like I spoke in Croatia. And I asked myself, does it ever in my life can be changed? And this moment I don't need to change it. I'm very satisfied. I every day learning, I continue listening, and my speech will be changed every day. But I have not ambition. I don't work. I don't listen because of my big desire to speak like native. But I listen what I interesting in a book, because I listen audiobooks. It is spectacular. Listen audiobook, understand audiobook. It depends about narrative, but all narrative is very, very clear, and they go slowly. They spoke slow, not fast, and it is excellent. And there is something else what A.J. Hodge accented a lot of, but I this moment don't remember. Vladimir Skenderov, how speak about that, but it is a big difference between conversation in real time on the street, on the office, in Croatian language conversation, also in English, in every language conversation, it is spontaneous without grammar, because I start, this speech is my spontaneous speech, and you see, I start one sentence, stop and a half, and said something other, and always like that. There is no one sentence that is correct. If you listen some actors, yes, I remember now, Vladimir Skenderov speak about some known actors from Hollywood, and have part of recording of them from, and where they cannot say two words, two words what meaning something. Never mind grammar, but the two words what connected with one with the other. They'll have like me now, yeah, like me now. They spoke worse than me now, and it is spontaneous speech. And about what we speak, we can speak now. Okay, does it better that I write what I want to speak before, and look at in writing text and read, or it is better that I look at in camera, what I need, remember myself, look at in camera, and speak spontaneous. Like now, I like to speak spontaneous, and I speak spontaneous, but where it is need to speak with text before, I will be speak. I think for my courses, I think that I will need to have to write text before and read that text. It will be courses about programming, and I will read that text, but I don't sure. I try, I experiment one and other, and it is question what people like. Does it people like when you read, or when you spoke from your head and your mouth? It is maybe it is possible that very good that you have some only some milestones on the paper and look at what you want. It is good, but people like I like that people speak spontaneous. Okay, this part was very long, and the second part of this video is about sustainability in software programming. Sustainability in software programming. My fourth rule. My fourth rule. Fourth rule. My fourth rule for sustainability in software programming is learn from Coursera, from course, build a modern computer from first principles, from NAND to Tetris, project-centered course. Professor is from Shimon Shoken and Noam Nissan. Professor Shimon Shoken about this project, about their project, spoke on TED, and I recommend also that you listen that. It is courses what I never saw in my life like that. First, I didn't know what is first principles, but I Googled and I saw that is just like I have been learning all my life. It is terms of, you can Google also, it is terms from Aristotle. Aristotle always learn everything learn from first principles. All my courses, what I am author of courses, my courses, all those I now see, all are from first principles. In the future, I think to incorporate that in my in title of my courses, from first principles. It is learning from basic. In every topic what you learn, you must ask yourself, what is basic? What is bottom? What is bottom? And not what is up, and learn only up, top of that topic. But what is bottom, where it beginning? And Professor Shimon Shoken and Noam Nissan, they want produce the courses about build modern computer from NAND to Tetris, from first principles, and they think about that and they work on that project 5 years, and project is excellent. Here is Coursera, and course is free on the Coursera. You can pay for exam, and if you need and want, but it's total free. There is an excellent book. But if you on Coursera, you don't need nothing. You have all on the Coursera, and lecturers of professor, construction and speeches, pronunciation, all is extra. Scenario, sense of courses excellent. You have professor in front of you, like on cathedra in classroom, and you have a near professor, you have like a whiteboard on which you look at code after code, coding. Listening professor, look at white when you need an excellent happening for learning. But the most interesting, the best of all is phenomenon, how they success explain everybody. You don't need to be programmers for that course. Everybody, how computers work, but how to create in 12 weeks. You will make computers hardware, and you will make hardware, and you will make all elements need for hardware element, and you will make assembler language, virtual machine, and high language. Something unbelievable in only 12 weeks. You start, you create hardware virtually. They program excellent program where you create hardware virtually in his software. All that is open code, and you can with that books and with Coursera, with your knowing, after that you can learn your community, your classroom, your students, your some ID, excellent, all complete ID, production, etc. It is project-centered, first principles and project-centered. Why? This is because of all that, because of first principles, project-centered courses, because of assembler, because of complete construction and the knowledge what you have that, and practice, and because of that I choice this course like my fourth rule of the 7 rules, fourth rule for sustainability in software programming. Sustainability in software programming. Fourth rule. 12 weeks you can go faster because you have all lecture, you have book, and you have maybe all that go with in weeks like you want. Depends about your interests, your aim, but you will be satisfied, very, very, very satisfied. And after that, you will have first principles, and only, in my opinion, only knowledge based on the first principle can give innovation, new idea, innovation and creation. Thank you for watching.